Aries, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late July 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card as usual, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's going on for the lovely Aries collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here, my guides. Talk to me. What do we got for the Rams here in late July as we keep moving through this beautiful year? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock. What do we got for Aries? My guides, please. Nice and quick. There it is. Thank you. Okay, so there is a big focus here, my friends. Now, this card can look a little bit intimidating at first glance. You see the wolf there with the little Red Riding Hood. But to me, it's more about what you're focused on, who you're focused on. Maybe someone's focused on you when that card shows up. But before we really start pulling that apart, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the July subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card. So interesting, like I said, it could be a little bit jarring if you're looking at it. We have that big bad wolf in the background. Out in nature, we have Little Red Riding Hood. So of course, this is a type of card that could like make our red sirens, red flags go up like, whoa, whoa, what's going on here? But to me, this is more about focus, right? So maybe there is something or someone that you are hyper focused on or has your full attention. That's a big thing when I have this card. But on the same token, this could also represent you being under someone else's microscope in some sort of way. Someone paying attention to your moves, your behaviors, whether that is at work or someone within your personal life, like they might have their eye on you in some sort of way. If not, to me, it reminds me a little bit like the King of Wands, where Spirit might be asking you to readjust or realign what you're focused on and what you're putting energy into. But let's just put it off to the side. I always say that first card doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. I'm going to get you 3 tarot cards in the upright now. Before we get into the intuitive juiciness, let's see what's going on for you, Aries. My God, it's late July. What do we got? And while we get this deck ready, let's talk about last week's reading, which was really, really nice. It was titled A Massive Win, so I hope a lot of you did have some sort of big win. And those energies could still linger from week to week, so that beautiful positivity could still flow over for a lot of you. There's a lot of different ways you could win in life, and I was seeing various different kinds for the Aries collective. The energy was shifting in a positive way. So let's see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your energy or someone you're linked to. Let's get you 3. What do we got here for Aries, please? Thank you. Okay, yeah, so this could be communication. All right, we got 2 cards here, and they're complete opposite types of energies. We have the Page of Wands, which is a card that could represent you. There's this little stonewalling type of energy here with the 4 Pentacles. We're going to have to talk about this. Okay, is there someone you're not really too happy with? Someone you're not wanting to chat with? Could be blockages in communication here. Okay, we have the Sun as well. So interesting way this energy flows, Aries. There's a lot of fire here, which could be good. We're going to really have to pick through this because this is very nuanced, but let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get that juicy intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, obviously I noticed we have a court card. We have a major arcana, one of the best ones in the whole entire deck. They're both of the fire element. So when I see a lot of fire, that is very motivational type of energy. It could also be volatile sometimes, but I feel like the 2 bookends of this energy are extremely positive. But we got this 4 Pentacles in the center. It could be related to your own finances. But let's go through one by one, because this is giving me an interesting dynamic here. The Page of Wands in position number 1. Like I said, in my simplistic style of reading, this could represent you, could represent another fire sign, a younger individual. All pages are students, all pages are communicators. So this could literally be a talk or a message or a communication of some sort when we see this page. A big thing with this page is also how much energy they're putting out and what they're focused on. So very similar to the Oracle card, this energy is showing up once again. Spirit might be asking you to really realign or readjust what you're focused on when this page comes up. But yeah, there is something or someone wanting to talk here or communicate big time. Now, I always say when Page of Wands energy shows up, make sure you're not really running yourself ragged. Make sure you're just putting your energy in the right places, right? Because that's the big thing with this page. Yes, it's motivational, it's fiery, it has a lot of get up and go, but it could tap itself out. Moving to the center, we have the Four of Pentacles. All right, now this could be representative of work. This could be representative of anything material when we have the Four of Pentacles. And you see this individual, the picture, they're clamped on tight to that pentacle. All cards are a double-edged sword. I say it every week. The positives of this card could be somebody who's doing the right thing with money, who's budgeting, who's spending properly. This could be spirit telling you, like, hey, watch your finances in this time. No splurging. Don't make any, spontaneous purchases in this time. Like, you might want to stack those pentacles, literally, when this card shows up. But in the realm of interpersonal relationships, this could be someone that could be possessive. This could be jealous tendencies, even somebody who's not willing to let go of something. And it could be blockages. That's why I'm seeing this page putting this energy forth, and there could be some sort of blockage in communication, or you might feel like there's some sort of problem or an issue that's like stonewalling you a little bit. And we'll get down to more detail when we move further through the reading, because it seems like the energy has a happy ending on the back end, because we have the Sun, the most positive card in the whole entire deck. It's a really beautiful. Could play a few different extra meanings here, especially since we are moving into Leo season. Let me get these cards straightened out. It's not as easy as it looks. But let's talk about the Sun. Once again, connected to the astrological sign of Leo. If you're not connected to Leo, the Sun could be telling us, hey, something big could be coming down the pipeline in Leo season, which, I mean, technically we're right here on the borderline of Leo season. This is love, light, and just the abundance of the universe coming down, shining down upon you. This is just gifts. This is blessings. This is everything. So when I see the Sun, I just think it's chef's kiss type of energy. Now, like I said, all cards do have a positive and negative. This one really doesn't have many negatives. It could represent realizations. This could represent things being revealed, like revelations, aha moments, or the truth of a matter coming to the surface when we see the Sun. So I do think it's positive. And as we look at this whole entire reading, the flow of it, where we have this page putting forth a lot of energy, we have a possible problem, issue, stonewalling here. And then right on the back end, we have the Sun. That could be some sort of payoff or a happy ending for a lot of Aries. But let me just get these cards set up right here. I really want to dive deeper on all of it, my friends. So let's do that. Let's jump on in and clarify. All right. Let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. Hope those cards aren't crooked down there. Oh, well, let's keep it moving. But yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. Because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Page of Wands. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Aries, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Page of Wands time. Thank you. Yeah, here's this little bit of stonewalling here. We have the Nine of Wands, so it does feel, all right, in this time, Aries, make sure you don't feel like you're being cornered or trapped in any kind of way. I do feel intuitively like a lot of the Aries might need to break free in some sort of way, whether it's getting away for a little bit, whether it's switching up the schedule, because with this Nine of Wands and this Four of Pentacles, I feel like it's harsh in the mellow here. Like it's really making someone feel confined. Now, if there aren't communication blocks happening here, you might be very skeptical of someone or something. Like I said, they might have your attention, you might have your eye on it. When I see the Wounded Warrior, aside from blockages and rough communications, this is someone who is on guard. So you might be feeling protective, you might be feeling territorial or very skeptical. Like, all right, I got my eye on you, I'm watching your moves, I'm watching what you're doing. So a lot of you might just be in that mode where you're looking for, I don't want to say ulterior motives, but you might be analyzing somebody's motives and why they're moving a certain way. But I feel like it's one of those few, either, yeah, needing to break free in some sort of way, you might feel a little bogged down, or there could be big communications, miscommunications here. And I want to see what this possible issue or problem is. So we're going to keep pressing forward. We're not going to get bogged down here. It is what it is. Let's go in on that Four of Pentacles. We'll keep pressing through. So why is this Four of Pentacles here for Aries, please? Thank you. Queen of Wands. Yeah, interesting. So we're getting a lot more fire. And notice, like, aside from this one pentacle card, it's all fire here, Aries. Okay, watch out for issues with other fire signs in this time when we have the Queen of Wands. Now, usually this is a big card of self-confidence. I do feel like this could be somebody trying to hold themselves to a certain standard in this time, but I feel like there could be some sort of clash of ego as well. I'm just feeling that intuitively, like with what we have going on, how the energy is flowing. There might be problems coming up. There might be issues with other people, and it could all be based on like ego. Like if you boil it down, not saying you're egoic or anything like that. Remember, I'm an Aries myself. I totally get it. But you know, those certain types of individuals, like they can't let something go, or they can't apologize for something they've done wrong. I'm possibly seeing individuals like this, especially in the realm of communication. There could be someone with like, they're feeling a little, like you stepped on their toes in some sort of way. So this could be someone that's a little angry and they're not letting it go for whatever reason. But I do feel whatever issues are here could be overcome. That's a big thing I'm picking up here, Aries. But just watch out for the ego battles, right? Like if you're trying to communicate with somebody and they're just like really doing the most, like it might take a step back for a moment just to let everything cool off. Because I am getting this little ego battle here. Let's keep moving over to the Sun. And it could be a big problem for sure. Either someone or something could be a big problem with that inflated ego. Let's see what's up with the Sun. Because I feel like this could bring about a very happy ending. Once again, all this fire could be volatility, like I said. So in communication, there might be, I mean, you might have to tell someone what it is. Let's see why the Sun is there. Why is the Sun here for Aries? This feels good. I mean, I really like this. The Seven of Pentacles tells me that there could be something or someone coming to you and you're not going to have to wait long for it. The Seven of Pentacles is one of my karmic cards, and when it shows up in reverse to me, under a card like the Sun, this could represent one of two major things for me. One, it could be karmic rewards. So if you're the type of individual where you give, whether it's given to your community, given to those around you, trying to help others, Spirit might be really plopping some sort of karmic blessing into your lap, which would be beautiful type of energy. I still feel for the Aries collective overall, there's a good energy moving in, regardless of what you do in your own time. But the Seven of Pentacles in reverse is just telling me, once again, like we saw last week, a massive win. That energy is still sticking around and it's magnetic. It's moving towards the Aries collective. So the wins, the victories, who cares about the ego battles and who's doing this, who's saying what, conversations, like there's beautiful positive energy to be had here. Either the karmic reward or you're not going to have to wait for some sort of big victory. Like it's really in the pipeline coming towards you magnetically, which is a very beautiful way to end off a reading, especially when there's some sort of payoff, right? Because this could be a very big payoff in the end. So let's go through and do a quick recap here, Aries. I know we have a lot of things going on. It was a bit of a mixed bag this week, but let's go through if you kindly look in the box. Position number 1, we have this Page of Wands. Remember, surrounded by the Four of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands. You might feel cramped up, cooped up. You might feel cornered in some sort of way, whether it's day-to-day schedule or what have you. You might need to spread those wings a little bit. But another thing here, lots of miscommunications, or you might be very skeptical about someone or their motives in this time. Moving to the center, this is where we start seeing a problem start to arise. And I do feel like it could come from other individuals. The Queen of Wands in the upright underneath that Four of Pentacles, generally she's a very positive, confident card, but the way this was feeling to me feels very egoic. It feels like these two energies are at like a standoff. So you might butt heads, you might have problems with other people getting your point across. This could be someone who's mad or angry and they're not willing to let something go in the center. However, I feel like that can be overcome because when we get to the back end, we have the Sun with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Beautiful energy. The two main things, once again, if you're the kind that does a lot of good work, Spirit could be really delivering a karmic blessing your way, which is really nice. For the rest of you, this is a magnetic, good energy of payoffs and victories coming in for the Aries collective. So keep yourself open to it and claim this back end energy. So please take a screenshot of that. I'm going to get you one shadow card here just to close it off. Really nice. So I would say overall, aside from the problem in the beginning, I feel like the ending really ties everything up in a nice, neat little bow for us. But let's see what's in the shadows. What's in the shadows for Aries, please? Interesting stuff. And you know me, I always like to close off a reading with a shadow card. I feel like it's nice and introspective. whether it's something within yourself, something you don't quite see right now. But let's just get you one. We're not going to take up a lot of time with it. What's in the shadows? Thank you. Okay, we have the Queen of Swords in the shadows. This could be a little bit of a cold energy. Now, some of you might have a lot of history with an air sign when the Queen of Swords shows up. She's usually very honest, straightforward, to the point, no nonsense. So remember what I was saying within the reading itself, like people battling egos or someone being upset or mad. You might have an extra, everyone knows Aries has a way with words, right? Like sometimes an Aries can really let someone have it verbally. And when the Queen of Swords shows up here in the shadows, Spirit might be asking you to not be so sharp, don't be so cold to certain individuals in this time. Now, there is a time and a place. Usually if someone is getting on your bad side, it's for a reason, but this Queen of Swords can be very cold type of energy and heartless. So Spirit is asking you to maybe put yourself in somebody else's shoes, or if there, like I said within the reading itself, if there is some sort of headbutting or verbal altercation, take a step back, okay? Don't engage in it, because this card could be a little bit of a battle when we have the Queen of Swords. But for some of you, that could even represent an older feminine figure in your life or an air sign. So we'll just leave it at that, Aries. That's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the July subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the June subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced in my community tab after this week's fire and air signs readings. But for July, I'll be giving away 2 copies of the Everyday Witches Tarot. Once again, one of my favorite decks and one of the first ones I ever gave away on this channel. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the tarot suits, which one has your favorite art style? Is it the swords, wands, pentacles, cups, even the major arcana? You'll be entered to win. And at the end of July, I'll put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.